Hey everybody, Todd Caponi here, and maybe a little bit of inspiration today. Yesterday, I had a call with a bunch of other nonfiction authors, some of which are like off the charts successful. But there was a common theme when the question was asked around what was it that made you leave your world of doing what you were doing to decide, you know what, this is important enough that I should write a book and I should go speak and teach on these subjects. And what the answer was across the board, all of them had a trigger. All of them had an instance where they came across a circumstance, data, something that told them, you know what, I want to go research why this is the way it is and figure out, are there ideas or lessons that we can take that would be important for others to know. And for me, that trigger was a research study that we had done while I was the chief revenue officer of my last company here in Chicago. And the research was looking at, all right, we all look at reviews today, certainly, right? 96 plus percent of us read reviews before we're buying something we haven't bought before that's of medium to high consideration. But the thing that struck me was, why do well over 80% of us read the negative reviews first? We skip the fives and go right to the fours, threes, twos, and ones. And why is it that a product that has negative reviews on it, so negative comments from other people who have purchased that product on the product page, under the product itself, on the company's own websites, sells better than products that have nothing but perfect five-star reviews? That to me seemed crazy, that negative actually sold and that we were wired to go to the negatives first. And that is exactly it. In a, like when left to our own devices, when we are making a purchase, we subconsciously know that perfection couldn't possibly be reality. And as a result, we are drawn to finding out, all right, what is the downside of this before we start to absorb any of the upside, the value from it. As a matter of fact, we've got a kind of a mini filter on our brain that will take all of those value statements and filter them until we know what could go wrong. And that's why we go to the negatives first. And what I also found is that this absolutely translates to the human to human or B2B world. And that when we lead with our flaws, our imperfections, something a competitor does better than us, then we actually disarm the buying brain and the information around our value flows in faster. It allows the buyer to predict, which is exactly what we are wired to do. And as a result, sales cycles speed up because they're not feeling that they need to go do the homework beyond your claims because the conversation is built on a foundation of trust. Your win rates go up, partially because you're differentiating in the way you sell, but potentially even more importantly, it's because you're qualifying in the deals that you should win just faster and more firmly, and you're qualifying out the deals that you're going to lose anyway. If a competitor has something that you don't have and that's going to be important to the customer, you're going to lose eventually, and it's better to lose fast. So you're spending more time on the opportunities you should be winning. And in the back end, guess what? It makes it really hard for your competitors to compete against you. All of those elements together, I found, were compelling enough to go write a book and go teach the world that transparency sells better than perfection. So for you, if there's a trigger in your mind, if there's something that you think, you know what, this is something that people need to hear, let me know. I would love to be a guide, a Sherpa for you as you go down this journey, because it's been the best thing that I've ever done. I just love this new life. Instead of being a CRO in a fast growing tech company, which has its own benefits and was amazing, I'm having a blast and I don't require as much aspirin to get through the day. So I hope this helps. I hope this is inspiring to you. And yeah, take the risk. It's worth it if there's something that's compelling enough. Thanks.